Quality Fix-Up. Please welcome EP and stars Jana Kramer and Ryan McPartlin and star Maria Menounos.
Hi guys. Hi Ryan. Hi Maria.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi. Can you guys hear me?
All back.
I know.
Before we get into the questions today, we have a pre-submitted question. What was it like filming a holiday movie all together in the dead of summer in Connecticut?
I love your laugh.
Exactly that. Exactly
That's
that.
perfect. That's it.
Yeah.
It was hot. It was so fun though. I love these guys so much. Jana and Ryan are gems and we just had the best time.
Yeah, I will say that. I mean, I feel like we got pretty lucky though too, guys. Like it could have been, I mean, we had like a few days, but the days that we were outside, I felt like we were blessed with not like, you know, I think there was only one day I was like, I think I might pass out. But Ryan, it doesn't matter if it was sunny or not. Like Ryan was going to always have a fan, whether it was sunny, not sunny. I mean, that man sweats so much. Like, thank God it wasn't.
It didn't help that I was taking a supplement that I found out afterwards causes excessive sweating. And then we're in sweaters in the dead of summer. And I've done this multiple times, as Jana has as well. So I'm always preparing, you know, the crew and production saying, hey, we need some ice packs. We need fans standing by. I need dryers to dry the hair. I don't want to hold up production. And somehow it's always like the afterthought, right? And then when the sweat starts coming and you're holding up production, everyone's like, send as many people to the store as possible. We need to get fans. We need dryers. We need everything. I
needed Gatorade. That was my ass. I was like, I need a Gatorade. I'm feeling lightheaded.
I was a little upset that neither one of you, when I was pouring sweat, I'd look at you guys and you're like, no, not a drop.
We glisten. Ryan sweats. Maria.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Suzanne, please let us know your question.
Oh, hi guys. I enjoyed the movie. I'm not really into DIY, but what about you? Ryan, do you do DIY in real life?
Wait, can I answer that, please?
Go ahead.
Because the first time that I ever met Ryan, Suzanne, thank you for watching the movie. But the first time that Ryan and I actually FaceTimed, he was trying to hang blinds, I think it was, and like doing a terrible job. So Ryan,
that was the last time I've done anything around the house. Oh, no. I did it. I had to fix a doorknob last night. I went to Home Depot, then Lowe's, had like 3 different people explain to me how to do it. And I was like, I'm just going to hire somebody. It's not my jam.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and the snowball fight was the most fun of all the movie, I thought. Was that as fun for you to shoot as it was for us to watch?
Yeah.
It was super fun. And that was the hottest day too, you guys. That was
the hottest day.
Appreciating.
Yeah, that was the hottest day. And then I feel like Maria, you and I became a little competitive. Like we were legit like pushing each other at the start of like doing that. We're like, it's going down.
And that was Brian Herzlinger, our director. He wanted to have his Saving Private Ryan moment where he was going to get all of his camera action and get the really artistic movement as well. You see it in the trailer as Maria and Jana are just unloading on each other and getting very competitive with each other.
It was so fun.
Thank you.
It was kind of fun too. Brian was like that he wanted a Saving Private Ryan moment. Like, we do know this is like a Christmas movie, right? Like, but yeah.
And actually these guys championed my husband having a cameo in the movie, and that was the scene. He made the snow. He's Nick the Snowman.
Nick the Snowman.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's awesome. Danita, your question next. Danita?
Oh, you're muted, sweetie. Can we unmute her?
We can come back. We'll come back. Oh, there you are. Danita? Okay, we'll come back. Steven, you're up next. Steven?
How's the photo, Ryan? Do you need to retake
it? I got you. You always get me every time, and I never know it until later.
Did you guys call me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's your turn, baby.
There we go. All right. So yes, talk to us about this amazing film. Ryan, I see that you're doing your thing. You're still out here ever since the Passion days.
Thank you for that.
Maria, you look amazing. All of you look
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Yeah. Happy holidays to you. Go ahead, Jana.
Yes. So talk to us about the film and how is it challenging coming up with the chemistry between cast members? How long does that normally take?
Ryan, you kick it off.
Well, we got to Zoom. Jen and I fortunately had all these Zooming sessions with our writer, who was amazing, Jessica Edding. And so there was a couple times that Jen and I were on the same page, but not, some of the other voices, because there's a lot of voices. And you just look at the camera in one of these Zoom meetings and you kind of look at each other and try and stifle a little bit of laughter. And it was like being in class and just locking eyes with somebody who was in on the joke. And so Jen and I felt like we were in on the same joke that everybody else wasn't in on. And that kind of kicked off our friendship. Yeah,
no, we had, pretty much instant chemistry. Same with Maria and I. Every time I've ever been with Maria, she's just like, we had that. I'm like, oh, like that's going to be easy to play best friends with her, because every time I see her, like, I feel like she's, such a close friend. And then with Ryan, it's like, we had that kind of, he's that brotherly sister, fun banter, fun, that good energy. So it was that part was really easy to have the chemistry. And then we were all teammates together. We all, helped each other out. And like when I got super tired, Ryan was there to pump me up when,
there was no pumping you up when you're that tired. So. When you're that tired, nobody can do anything about it. But I will say, back to the chemistry with Maria too. Maria and I started talking about trying to do something in the Christmas space together at least 2 years ago, right? Something around 2 years ago. And when I saw her at a Christmas party, I was like, oh my God, I got to talk to Maria about being in this space. And Maria and I have known each other for years. I threw a touchdown pass, or was it you to me? No, it was me to you, right?
You to me, yeah.
Yeah, we have the footage. Yeah. Yeah, but you did throw to extra point then. You were playing quarterback and did a 2-point conversion. It was amazing. I got the footage. Yeah. But no, Maria, and when I saw her at this party that we were at, I was like, Maria, you have to be in this Christmas space. And then you go, Maria, I don't want to monopolize this conversation.
No, not at all. Yeah, no. And I've said this, I think it was just super cool. Ryan saw a little doc that I did on my experience with my parents getting COVID at the same time. And I did this little 19-minute piece, and he saw it and sent me this beautiful email about how much it moved him and how he was going to, really kind of cherish his moments with his family even more. And just like a beautiful letter. And one thing led to another. And all of a sudden I was getting on a plane to Connecticut to make this movie with them. And it was very much needed for me at the time. I just lost my mom, and I got to go back to Connecticut and stay in my bed and be with my dad and get to have fun with these guys every day. And I do think that it's super rare to have just such instant chemistry with everybody. And we all just clicked so fast and so easily. I was doing Jana's makeup at one point. Jana's fanning Ryan, like everybody was helping each other. And it was really special. So I told them, I'm like, I just want to be able to do this every summer with you guys because I love them so much. And we had just such a great team all around.
That's really beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Jana, wow, Ryan, really coming for you. I'm being tired on set. We have your back. Jamie, the next question is from you. Jamie Ruby, sorry. We have another Jamie. I
was going to say which Jamie.
Yeah, sorry, Jamie Ruby.
It's okay. Hi. And Maria, I think you sort of just answered this partially, but maybe you can add more too. But for all of you, what was it originally, though, that made you want to do this film?
I'll start with because I was, I had a meeting about a different movie, like a few days prior to talking to Ryan and the producers of this film. And it was something about one of the reasons I really wanted to do it, because I've always wanted to work with Ryan, but also it was cool because there wasn't a script. So I was able to kind of put my 2 cents into it. This was Ryan's idea that he's had for a long time. So it was cool to be able to actually collaborate and help bring the story to life, as opposed to showing up on the page. Because usually we just get the script and we read it, we like it, or we don't. But to be able to kind of have a say was really cool. And one of the main draws of doing this film was I was like, okay, cool, I can actually have like a little bit of a say in it. And, you know, Ryan was open to all of that. So that was neat.
She had a lot of say in it, not just a little bit of say, because when it's not that you're that over opinionated, Jana. It's like, I really respected her opinions, and she had very good input, ideas, story points. She's done this, you know, she's done as many of these as probably I have, I'd say. And you don't want the redundancy of doing the same story over and over again. So you look for ways to say, how can it be different? How is it different than the other space out there? And that's what I'm really proud of, especially how we would talk out some of these things if it was a real relationship and a real life that we were in, and we were playing real exes. And the way that I saw the story ending is not necessarily the way that Jana saw it from her perspective. So when our writer, Jessica Edding, heard her response, if I said one thing and then Jana said, well, I would say this, it just turned everything. So you got to kind of play like you would on stage in a theater, in a class together. And you go, oh, that's interesting. If that's how you would really react, let's work that into the story and still tie it up nicely to deliver to the audience what they expect, but in a different way than they expected.
Sure. Yep.
Our next question is from Jamie Steinberg.
Hi, thank you guys so much for your time. Jana and Ryan, if you could talk about how you stepped in as executive producers. Was this something of a passion project that came across your desks, or did they offer you a role of EP after you signed on to the film?
No, this was definitely something where if you are involved creatively as an actor from the get-go, like we both were, you know, this started with Jessica Edding and I fleshing out a different story, but then we adapted it towards Christmas a little bit. And then quite honestly, the whole thing changed when Jana came on board, and we just started talking about the movies we loved. Jana, if you want to talk about that and some of the romantic comedies, some of the Christmas movies we loved, and start saying, okay, what are those themes that we want to play with?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's something too, like, because Ryan and I have done so many of these Christmas movies, it was something that I, you know, had a conversation with Lifetime about, is like, you know, I really want to be able to bring my ideas to the table. And so I would like to, moving forward, be able to executive produce, just that way I, you know, because making Christmas movies are so much fun. They're easy, they're light, they're fun, but I was like, but I also want to bring a little bit of, a little complications to things, or a little bit of like my own touch to things, and to have like that voice. And that way, like, I don't know, like Ryan, if it felt the same way for you, but like, I felt like really, really, really proud of this one, because I felt like I had so much more to, like, I offered so much more in this film than I have like just in the other ones. Yeah. And I loved all the other ones, but like this one, I was like, man, this was like my first thing I've ever executive produced. So that was kind of cool to just feel like it was like I was proud of myself, and I was proud of you.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, it's like, it was fun. It was.
And I feel like, you know, Maria, hopefully you felt your voice was heard the same as, you know, any producer or actor would be come on. And if they had ideas and wanted to play, that it was nice, because it was like a safe artist space, you know. Yeah. That's what we wanted to create.
100%. I will say they were amazing executive producers. Not only did they feed the crew, keep, you know, get coffee, you know, trucks, and they did all the things that, you know, really great producers do to keep everybody happy, keep everybody going. And they always say it starts at the top, and literally it was like a perfect experience all the way through for everybody. We all loved it. We all had the best time. Everybody was excited, and everybody was on board with making like the best movie we could, while having fun. So that is why I'm committed to, how do we do this every summer together? How do we add in where we always can make a movie together, keep the same crew, keep the same thing. So yeah,
I'd love that. And we also got to give credit to Stephanie and Margaret, our other executive producers, absolutely, that really gave us that freedom to jump in. and produce alongside them. They did a lot of the hard, dirty work, I'd say, as producers, you know, dealing with the budgets and the overtimes and the schedules and all that stuff that we really want to stay in the creative space. And that's what we were able to do, thank God.
Although I think that part's fun, but I'll do that later.
Yeah.
Thank you. Our next question is from Jay Bobbin.
Hello, everyone. Maria, have you ever interviewed Jana? Is that where this friendship started? And if that is where it started, how do you remember that interview going?
Well, I will say that I have zero memory. This is where I throw my brain tumor card down. I can't remember anything. My husband's my USB drive, but yes, I know I've interviewed Jana, but we were also friendly just in the business, and Ryan the same thing. So I can't say I remember the first moment I laid eyes on this beautiful woman. But
I remember you helped me out with Dancing with the Stars, because I remember you hurt yourself during Dancing with the Stars, and Val was your partner, right?
Yeah, no, Val was,
he was like
that was like the fake doctor on the set.
Yeah, he's like, you need to talk to Maria because she also like hurt her ribs or something like that. So I just remember you being like so nice and just like willing to like, I mean, we talked for a while and then it just, again, it just felt like, I was like, man, she's like, we're like talking like we're like real like friend, like it was such a friendly like conversation. I just remember like hanging up on that, being like, wow, she's special person.
Thanks, friend. Yeah. I never remember how I meet anybody, to be honest, because I'm so excited to see everybody and meet people when I meet them that I'm like, it just floats away.
Except for when someone throws you a touchdown pass.
Yes, but you just had to remind me that I threw you a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you all.
Thank you. We have time for one last question. Samantha.
Hi, Jana, I'm really curious about with the social media aspect of this role. I loved how you all really leaned into the positive aspects of it, just with the world complaining so much about the problems. And I'm just curious about the intention behind making that such a large part of your character's job in the film.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, especially because I'm like, I don't know how to do this. Meanwhile, my whole entire life is social media. So that was kind of fun to like, to do that. But also, I think what I learned actually, yes, like we showed how it can bring people together. But for me personally, what I took away from the movie the most is actually about putting the phone down. It's, you know, what we always talked about, like the one character, Rita's character, where it's like, back in the day when we didn't have the cell phones and we were able to just disconnect and like be in a room together and not be like glued to, you know, Instagram or the phone. And like, that's what I took away from it the most, was just having that, that distraction away to really just be present with the people in front of me. So that's something that I would like to lean more into.
I think that social media caught us all by storm, you know, and there was no rules. There was no teaching moment. We didn't come up in school with teachers saying you should compartmentalize this. And then the job of these apps and the social media companies is to see how many hours they can get out of your day spent on these apps. So there is a lot of benefit to it. There's a lot of, you know, businesses that thrive from it. Our small business that we have, you know, came about because of social media, but there's a lot of charities that do very well. But it is a danger, and it's going to be, it's interesting that the back and forth that our characters had about compartmentalizing that and what to use it for and how to use it. And I think that's a real conversation that should be had in every household right now.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Thank you to the cast and EPs of The Holiday Fix Up. Please make sure to tune in on December 11th.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Do we hang up now?